So this class so far has taught me a lot of things about writing for digital media, obviously, and it also taught me how to compose a lot of digital media too. And the one example I could think about was our social media posts that we have to do weekly. And for that, I decided to make a TikTok account, and I decided to do my account based around cooking because I always wanted to cook and I always wanted to learn how to do that. I just feel like I never had the chance to, or just nothing was really motivating me. So I feel like that this was a good motivator to make me want to do that. And the main struggle I had with creating a TikTok account is that I'm not a very social person, so it was quite a struggle to try and put myself out in the public for people to see, especially putting myself out there was something I don't know how to do very well. Was probably the biggest task for me to handle, the hardest task for me to handle. And I think that once I started to post my videos and I saw that the views on it, people were actually watching my videos, it made me think I wanted to create something worth watching, or people would enjoy, because my earlier social media posts, I seemed to gotten a lot of views on it, but I just didn't get a lot of likes on it. And I think that played a big aspect onto what I was creating then, because then it made me think how I could better my content too. For my TikTok videos, I usually try to come up with them, or what I'm going to cook throughout the week, try to brainstorm what ideas I can. And I get a lot of ideas online too, but I try to be original with what I'm creating. So my different recipes will come from things I'll see on other social media like Instagram, and I try to add my own spin to it, so I'm not just copying what somebody else has written. And not just with the TikTok account, I also found with the other big projects we did, like the infographic and the listicle, with things like that, another thing I also struggle with again is socializing. So having other people read over my work and give me feedback on it, I feel like it was really beneficial, but I'm not too used to it, so I wasn't used to actually hearing other people's critiques. But at the same time, it was really helpful because I could see what I was doing wrong, what I was doing good, and what I could change on my different aspects of it. So I think it was really helpful at the end. And overall, I just think the critique and things like that, the critique also came from my TikTok too, like I mentioned, how I would see the views go up but the likes wouldn't either. So I kind of took that as a critique too, that hey, maybe I have to better what I'm doing, maybe listen to what the people want or their suggestions and stuff like that. And I think that helped me out a lot too. So I have faced a lot of challenges, I feel, in this class as a whole. Not in the creating content wise, but just a lot of how I manage my materials. So my biggest setback is that I have really bad time management. So I am the person that will wait till the last minute to get something up just so I could say I turned it in. And I think the biggest problem with that is when I wait to the last minute, I'm not producing content that is as good as if I would do something ahead of time and have it planned out and have time to do it. So like for example, with my TikTok account, if I decided that, oh, I have a lot going on this week, I'll just wait till Sunday to make something, come up with something. And I do that, and it ends up not being as quality as if I would have the whole week to come up with something to create for Sunday. And I can see that a lot on my TikTok account. The videos that I hurried up and posted because I wanted to have it submitted, and the ones I actually thought out, came up with a thoughtful recipe that was good, and I could really see the difference there. But for my other projects, I think I did put a good amount of effort into them. Again, my biggest thing though was time management, so that was my biggest setback. And I think I'm trying to I am getting better at it, hopefully. Especially with my TikTok account, I can finally see, I'm like, okay, so the videos I'm posting now are a lot better than when I would just turn it in at the last minute. So I can definitely see the growth in that. In this class, what I've seen to be, for me, my most successful, what makes me most successful, or sorry, what I'm most successful at is what scares me or what I see as a challenge. So for example, again, my TikTok account, that was really scary for me to create because I'm not a social person and I don't like being out on social media. So I think it's really challenging to post myself every week on there so that people can see. And I think though it's scary, it's also kind of fun because then it's like other people are finally seeing me. Even though I'm not like talking to them face to face, they kind of know who I am, which I think it's cool now. But at the beginning, when I started the project, I thought it was really scary and I didn't know if I was going to like it or not, or if I could keep up with it. So I think that what scares me actually turns into what my strong suits will be, as long as I stick with it. So with my digital writing process, what I think works well is the online tools I use to create some of my projects, like the listicle or infographic. I think I'm pretty good at using websites to their full extent and trying to make my things look as high of quality as they could. And I think that that's probably my strongest suit, is just creating quality content in that way. And again, what doesn't work for me is waiting till the last minute to do things, because when I do wait to the last minute, I can't create like quality content like I would if I had time to plan it out, even with the tools and stuff like that. That's probably my biggest setback, my biggest obstacle that I've been trying to overcome during this class. And so throughout this class, what I've been trying to change with my time management, like I've mentioned before, is to get things done early or as soon as they are assigned, so that I don't just set it back until it's due at the end of the week and that I get it done. Because I don't like working in stressful situations, like when something is due at the last minute. So I feel like when I am working like that, again, my content isn't as good as it can be, and I end up having a lot of mistakes, like simple mistakes like spelling errors and grammar and stuff like that. And overall, I think just planning out my stuff, making sure I'm getting it on time, is what's gonna help me in the long run with completing things completing things with good quality. So as a whole, I think coming into this class, I thought of it as really beneficial to what I want to do in the future. So what I plan to hopefully do in the future deals something with writing stories, hopefully for a news station, probably local news station, hopefully, to start out with. And I think when I saw this class, I was like, writing for digital media, that's something that will help me in the future, and it has so far. I think the social media posts, that as a whole has boosted me and in my confidence, I think, into getting my name out there and being more social and not being scared to be more social. And I think having to do that was really helpful too as an assignment, because if it was optional, or even if this wasn't an assignment, I don't think I would have done it or gained the confidence I have from doing it and getting others' feedback. That was probably another thing, or a big aspect of this class that I really liked, was getting my classmates' feedback and feedback from my social media posts. I think just feedback in general from other people helps me see what's working, what's not working for my content I'm producing or content I'm making and stuff like that. So I think as a whole, my favorite part of this class would be my classmates' feedback. And I really do enjoy this class, and it has helped me a lot. So hopefully I can use it later in the future.